What is going on, people? It's been about 2 weeks since I made a video, so today's video is going to be a little bit bigger. I was going to come out, do a video. Actually, I had a whole big plan. I was going to, in New Jersey, in the, tri-state, the eastern side of the U.S., we were supposed to have this gigantic snowstorm, and I was going to be off Tuesday, and I was going to give you, movies to watch when you snowed in. And then we didn't get as much snow as promised, and I had to work the next day, and everything got scrambled. So I came back today. It's been 2 weeks. This right here will be a nice big DVD. Yes, DVD. I got a whole bunch of DVDs and Blu Ray update spanning over the last 2 weeks. So I don't want to make this forever. So let me get into it. Today, my buddy came over, and he's, an avid DVD collector as well, DVD, Blu-ray. But he, recycles his movies, something I don't do. He, if he doesn't watch them more than once or he doesn't think he's going to watch them again, he usually comes to me and asks me if I want to buy any. And he had a whole bunch that I was actually interested in. So I bought a bunch from him. Very cheap, really good price. So let me show off what I got there. You can call this kind of a throwback Thursday if you want to call it. These first couple are a TV show that I used to watch when I was a kid. I read the books a lot when I was a kid. I used to collect them a whole lot. And then I came out with the, TV version of it, live action or out of the books. And those are the Goosebumps, TV, the TV show that they had, R.L. Stein's Goosebumps, this one, it's the Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, but each disc usually comes with 3 episodes. This one comes with Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns, Vampire's Breath, and Let's Get Invisible. I don't remember too many of these. I know I had the books for sure, because I think I almost collected every single one, even when they had that, second introduction of it where you would read the book and then you could skim through the pages. It says if you want this to happen, turn to page 17 or whatever. I guess create your own story kind of books. But that's the Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. This one is the blob that ate everyone. That was a little, glary. So the blob that ate everyone. This one comes with that. The hairiest adventure and piano lessons can be murder. This one is the Headless Ghost. This one comes with the Headless Ghost, Awesome Ants, and Teacher's Pet. I also have a whole bunch that I have in my collection. These were the ones that I actually didn't have. This one is Go Eat Worms, Bad Hair Day, and Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. I'm actually interested. I remember that was one of my favorite books, so I'm kind of interested in that one, but that's Go Eat Worms. This is The Scarecrow That Walks at Midnight. This one has Don't Go to Sleep and Calling All Creeps on it as well. So that's that. And those right there were 5 ones that I don't have. I know that's a whole bunch of other ones that I do want to find. Eventually I'll find them. But right now I think I have 10 total with 3 episodes. So that's 30 episodes. I don't remember exactly how many they came out with. I'm sure they came out with a whole bunch more. But eventually I'll get around to getting those. Also, 2 other movies that I never heard of. He's into those lower budget, underground movies that not a lot of people hear of, and he'll stump me a lot. Most people, they don't stump me with, movie trivia or movies that I haven't seen kind of do, but he always comes up with these movies that, he follows. When he finds an actress or an actor that he likes, he follows them and finds the movies that, are underground, I guess you want to call it. One of his favorite is Catherine Isabel, and this one he told me about. He said he liked it a lot. This one is, usually she's known for her roles in horror movies. Well, this one's a little bit different. It kind of looks like a, 22, the movie, if you ever seen it. But this is The Last Casino. I don't know too much about it, but he says it's really good, so one day I will sit down and watch it. But that's The Last Casino. And this is another one. He's a big fan of horror. He goes to all the conventions, which I eventually want to. I went to one before and I kind of liked it, and I eventually want to start going to more. I got a bunch of the seasons, like the full series kind of deal, like my Nickelodeon series at one of them. So eventually I want to get to another one. Um, Not really big on the whole signing deal, but if I find a movie or find someone at one of these conventions that I love the movie they're in or whatever, you never know. I can sit down, give them $20, and they'll sign it. But this is another one. This has Billy Zane and Lacey Chambert or Chabert, however you say. The girl from Mean Girls and um, not another teen movie. This one's Ghost of Goodnight Lane. No idea. Um, Another one he said he gave high credits to. So eventually I'll sit down and watch this one. Those were the ones I bought from him. Like I said, he gave me a good price. So when I see a good deal, I can't pass it up. Especially with the Goosebumps. I always wanted to collect most of them, and he had a bunch that I didn't have. So I got them. So what do I want to go next? Actually, this one. If you guys watched my previous video, which was 2 weeks ago, in the mail I got one of those Hanna-Barbera cartoon classics. I forget what exactly it was called, but it was the Flintstones meets the Jetsons, or the Jetsons meet the Flintstones. And I was talking about how there was this one Christmas special that I didn't realize was just a straight to TV special. I thought it was, a cartoon that they put out on VHS, but they never did. And I always wanted to find it, and then I found it. Actually, kind of easily, though. But this is Yogi's First Christmas. Like I said, in this one, Yogi and Boo Boo, they're bears, so they usually hibernate during Christmas. Something happens, and he ends up staying awake for the whole thing. And they go to this, I guess you want to call it, lodge that they hold parties. And the owner of this lodge doesn't know if she's going to keep it open anymore because strange things always start happening. She has a little nephew that's Snively's his name, who's a little punk, and he's always causing trouble. And then he runs into this guy, what was his name, Herman the Hermit, and them two are causing trouble, and all these hijinks start happening. But this one I remember watching a lot, like I said, with the Flintstones meets the Jetsons or whatever. This is another one that I watched more than once when I was a kid, and I always used to watch it every Christmas. I know I had it when I was younger. I used to tape everything on VHSs, so I had a whole bunch, and this was one of them. Eventually, I want to go and get a lot of the kids. I know there was one called Floppy Dogs that was a Disney short or a Disney straight-to-TV movie kind of deal. And then there was one, Buttons and Rusty is another card, like Halloween one. Raggedy Ann and Andy, this Lonely Pumpkin or whatever, that's another one I want to get. But that's for another video. That's for another time. I want to get this going. Last week, I picked up a decent amount of movies. A couple of the new releases. And then two that I've been waiting for to finish the one collection. I'll show those off first. If you've seen a couple of my other videos, previous videos, towards Halloween, they came out with those Hollywood Monster, really nice looking covers, Blu Rays. They're black with red writing and everything. There was two that never came out. I found a couple of them in Walmart and Best Buy. But there were these two that never came around, especially in my area, I guess. I don't know if it happened everywhere, but these two I had to go on Amazon and find roughly around the same price, a little bit more, but I wasn't complaining. The first one is The Phantom of the Opera, and the other one is Claude Rains' The Invisible Man. So I finally finished the collection. I did take a picture of every single one, so if you want to check out that, I put them together. If you want to see what it looks like, follow me on Instagram, look at my pictures. That's a little plug. I'll leave my Instagram on the bottom if you want to see what they all look like and then what they look like together. But finally finished that collection. I think it looks really cool, so I was really excited to get it. This one, the one came out last week, but this little 3-pack here ended up costing $30, but the newer one that came out was roughly $20 by itself, and then the other two by themselves would be close to like $15-20 themselves. So instead of spending $60, I spent half to get these three movies, and it's by the same. I don't know if this is the Lakia. I don't know exactly who makes it, but the thing is called 3 Film Lakia Collection, and that is Coraline, Paranorman, and then you got the Box Trolls. The Box Trolls came out last week. It's pretty cool. It's like a little cute movie with these little gremlins or goblins that kind of take this boy under their wing, and the townsfolk are afraid because they think they, instead of protecting the kid, they think they killed him, and then the whole townsfolk are against them, and this one guy tries to get into this exclusive club by killing off these trolls. It's pretty cute. I mean, Coraline, I remember, is a little creepy, but an interesting movie at the same time. And Paranorman isn't that bad. But these three, probably alone, would have cost $20 each. But in this collection, it was $3, $30, $3. I wish $30. So that was pretty cool. This one I heard bad stuff about. I heard it wasn't anything like the original or the first one. But me, I gotta check it out anyway. It wasn't a horrible movie, but it definitely didn't do the first one any justice, and that's Annabelle. I remember liking The Conjuring a whole lot. I was telling, that was one of the actual scary movies that I've seen in a while. Usually horror movies are exactly the same run-of-the-mill kind of deal. And Conjuring changed that whole perspective. I was enjoying it. And then this one is Annabelle was one of the, dolls that inhabited this house and caused the trouble. So the spin-off of this, she ends up with this family and strange things start happening. And then you find out that the doll is possessed or whatever. I don't know. It just wasn't as good as The Conjuring. I heard a lot of bad things. And then the ending kind of just, I don't know. It wasn't horrible, but living up to The Conjuring, it did not. Definitely, if you want to, check it out, but I don't know. You could find better. This one was pretty interesting. This case, I picked it up last week, but this has been out since 2012 or whatever. That's a Dream House with Daniel Craig, Naomi Watts, and Rachel Weisz. This family moves into this house, and you see at one point there's kids in the basement, and they tell the father or whatever, something happened in his house. I can't believe you bought the house. And then going into, later in the movie, you find out what exactly happened in this house. Daniel Craig is in the middle of it. I don't want to give it away because the plot is that pretty much part is the whole plot. I don't want to give it away, but this is a good movie. It's an interesting spin, I guess you want to call it, but that I'd say check this out. I don't want to give away too much. This one came out last week. It was pretty cool, I must say. I heard really good things about it, and I enjoyed it. It has a different story. Lucy stars Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman. Pretty much this girl in the beginning, Lucy's character, she gets manipulated by her then boyfriend to go and talk to this one guy. He's like a drug dealer. She thought she's going to get killed or something, but they end up trying to smuggle this new kind of drug in like her system, like the drug trafficking where they put drugs in the person. Well, she ends up getting caught. I don't know if it was by security or something, but the security got him, and she ends up getting like beat up, and the drugs that are inside her kind of explode and like get into her system. And what these drugs are supposed to do is enhance the brain, and they only say that humans use like 10% of their brain or whatever. Well, this drug makes her start using more, and it just keeps on going up. And the more that brain capacity she uses, she can, hear people talk and then use mental telepathy and start moving stuff. So as the movie gets along, she just gains more and more powers, and it really gets interesting. Then the end kind of like is, I don't want to say hard to explain, but it just kind of like ends like she gets so smart that strange things start happening. But that's Lucy. Definitely interesting. What would happen if someone starts using more than just 10% of their brain. But yeah, definitely I'd say check this one out if you're interested. And these couple I got this week. This first one I got off Amazon. I heard really good things about it. It kind of went under the radar. I don't remember seeing it in like Best Buy or Walmart, but that's Jezebel. This one is from the producers of Insidious and The Purge. This one, in the beginning, this girl, Jessie, or whatever. She ends up living with her boyfriend, and or I guess you would say boyfriend, and they were going to move in together. And then right in the beginning, they get into a car crash, and the boyfriend dies, but she ends up living, and she's now paralyzed. And they ask her if she has any family, and the only person that she really had was her father, but he lives in like the bayous of, you know, New Orleans and stuff. So she ends up getting shipped back to her father, and in his house she starts seeing stuff and strange things start happening. And it's just as the story unfolds, you learn more of why uh, this presence or whatever it is haunting her. She finds tapes of her mother at one point. It's just a very interesting story. Let me just say that this one has like voodoo in it, so it's very different than most horror movies nowadays. Nowadays you got the paranormal stuff. Well, this has an interesting take on, voodoo and stuff that happens with that. But that's Jezebel. This one I have not watched yet, so I'm not going to say too much about it. I'm probably going to watch it right after this video. Actually, I have it in my Blu Ray player right now. But that's Fury with Brad Pitt. Heard nothing but good things about this movie. I was going to watch it first, but I decided to go with the other two movies. This one is, you know, I like I said, I have heard nothing but good things. So if anybody wants to leave comments, let me know in the bottom. This one I just watched a little while ago. Stars Robert Downey Jr. and Robert Duvall, and that's The Judge. This is pretty much, they're both, well, Robert Duvall character is a judge. Robert Downey Jr.'s character is his son, who is a lawyer, and he's, they haven't seen each other in years. You find that out, and in the one part, Robert Downey Jr. is about to take on a big case, and he gets a phone call saying that his mother died, so he has to travel back to his old school town to, go to the funeral and such. And while they're there, family troubles, and he was about to leave. He left like 20 years ago, went to college, and kind of never came back. He was leaving, he got into a fight with his father, a fight with someone, and he ends up leaving. But on the way there, one of his brothers called and said that the father was in trouble. He got, he's a suspect in a crime. So pretty much what happens is his father is in a case because they think he murdered someone or ran someone over, and Robert Downey Jr.'s character has to pretty much be the lawyer for his dad's case. In this, you see like family betrayals and family fights and stuff. It's pretty interesting. It's definitely a different spin, a different kind of movie. There was scenes where it teared at my heartstrings. I almost teared at certain points. Were definitely like very intense scenes. There's certain parts where you're like, wow, like it definitely got you. But that's The Judge. I like this movie a lot. If you have the time or looking for a movie to watch, I'd say watch this. And this one is the last one I got. And this one is definitely caught my attention. Well, actually, let me say that. At first, I wasn't going to watch it. I bought it just because it was a new release, and that's what I do. I buy new releases. And then I wasn't going to watch it, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just get this out of the way. Let me pop it in, and it's not gonna be a movie I liked. But this one definitely changed my mind. I watched it, and I really did enjoy it. It's a film by Jorge R. Gutierrez and Guillermo del Toro, and it's their it's like an animated movie, and that's the Book of Life. Pretty much, it's a story about um, the Day of the Dead in Mexico. This movie has a whole big vibe, like a Mexican vibe, and the whole Mexican culture and Latin culture and everything. And I forget the exact names. There's three different gods. One lives, there's once you die, there's three places or two places you can go. One is like a peaceful land. It's if everybody remembers you when you die, you become going to this one part. It's like a big fiesta, and everybody's still living life. And then for those who don't get remembered, it's another place like deep down where no one remembers you and it's dark. And each one of these places has their leader, and then there's a middle ground. And pretty much what happens is the leaders of these two different places are actually married. It's a girl and a guy, and they make a wager. There's three people in the main people in the story, two guys and a girl, and they both choose a guy and say whoever wins the love of this girl, you know, takes over this happy place. So throughout the movie, you see these two people trying to win the love of this girl, and so when different things happen, it's a little harder to explain. You just kind of gotta watch it to get the vibe of it. I'll explain it, but the reason I like this movie is it has such a like I don't want to know like happy vibe to it. It's got like a good feeling. The thing that I found cool was with these animated movies usually they don't have the music. The first thing that got me into it was right in the beginning they had the one song "I Will Wait for You" by uh, was it Mumford and Sons, but they put a spin on it to have like a mariachi vibe kind of deal, and I thought it was cool because throughout the movie you get a whole bunch of these new age songs but played differently and in a different way. So that kind of kept my attention, and just the fact that the story keeps you like into it. The visuals are really good. You have voices of Channing Tatum, pretty much. Well, you do have Gabriel Iglesias in it. Channing Tatum is one of the voices. Zoe Saldana, she was a girl in Avatar. She's a voice of it. There's other people that Cheech Marin is a voice in it. Bill Pullman is a voice of it. So they got some bigger characters, bigger names to play the characters. And like I said, the music kept me into it. The visuals kept me into it. The storyline definitely kept me into it. It was definitely better than I expected. Thought I was gonna pop it in, and then pretty much 20 minutes into it, I was gonna just say I'd watch part of it and then take it out. But I ended up watching the whole thing. It definitely has a good vibe to it. It definitely at the end of it, you feel different. It has like a I don't know. When I watched it, not that it changed my life completely or drastically, but you watch it and you're like, maybe if you thought like that or whatever. This movie, it was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It's the overall thing I'm trying to get. So definitely check this one out. The Judge. Fury I'm about to watch. So if anybody knows about Fury, let me know. If anybody collected the Goosebump movies or Goosebump books, let me know. Definitely leave stuff in the comment section. If you enjoy what I'm doing, leave comments in the comment section. If you want me to shut up and never do another video, definitely leave that in the comment section. And while you're doing all that, follow me on Instagram, Tony's Movies. I'll leave that link on the bottom of here. If you enjoy the movie or my reviews and you like the movies I get, I take pictures of them, post them on there. And if you like them, give me a thumbs up or a like, whatever. And yeah, until the next time, I do want to start doing those, kind of throwback Thursdays and movie review Wednesday, whatever, where I tell you guys what to watch on a Friday kind of deal. I eventually want to get to do that. It's just work has been a little crazy. And like I said, I was going to do a nice video on Tuesday. I was going to be snowed in. There was going to be a state of emergency, so I wouldn't be able to go to work. But that storm tracked off, and a few other people on YouTube got hit worse than I did. It was supposed to be like 2 feet. We got like 5 inches. So, end all be all, I never got around to do the video. So, again, if you like this stuff, if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends. Let them know I'm around. If you want certain movies talked about, let me know. Leave it in the comment section or whatever you want to do. And yeah, until the next time, I will see you.